The best recipes are kept in the family.
Lucky we don't keep secrets. If you like it, subscribe.
Double
Trouble.
Hey guys, Jeff Bentley here. You may know me from social media, but you probably know my dad.
Hey, I'm Susur Lee. A lot of you know me as a TikTok chef, Iron Chef Dad, but I own 3 restaurants around the world. You know, my restaurant in Toronto, Lee, and also Pearson Airport, and Singapore, Thong Loc Hin.
That's pretty impressive. Do you guys have time to sleep?
Well, sometimes, but you know, cooking needs time, right? So,
Gotta get in the kitchen. Today, we're gonna cook Moroccan lamb chops with date pistachio compote and turnip potato mash. Today, with Chef Susur Lee and his son Jet, we are cooking with lamb chops, potatoes, medjool dates, garlic cloves, arugula, lime, parsley, mint, cilantro, turnips, pistachios, balsamic dressing, harissa, and butter. Step 1, make the potato turnip mash. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna peel.
yes.
I think I'll start with the turnips. Just gonna.
You guys are the chefs. I guess I'm the judge today.
Yeah, tell me if I'm doing a good job peeling.
You know the way I peel, I have these little techniques.
Oh,
I like to cut a little bit on the top.
Yeah,
So
so
you get a
that
little
it's,
bit
like, flat?
easier. Yeah.
Ah.
Like, you know, is it a little bit easier? Yeah, of course it's easier. If you have a little bit of a grip from the top, right? You know, it's actually quite satisfying when you're peeling something that's just so perfect, right? It's like
Yeah.
a therapy. That's what I love about, you know, the process of cooking. Sometimes certain things are very relaxing.
Yes.
It needs to be honest.
So now we have everything peeled.
We're gonna add
We're gonna
them
go
in.
into
Yeah.
your pot here. I'll pass it over.
Thank you so much.
And then what we're gonna do, I think we should put some garlic
Yeah.
in there too.
We're gonna just use we're gonna smash it.
Yes, good idea. Smash
We'll
in.
get the juices, the
Yes.
oil out, and then we're gonna cook it till it's soft. Probably about, 12 minutes till it softens.
Yes, you know, potato and turnips, they have such a beautiful relationship. Have you tried that before?
Yeah, you made this recipe.
Okay.
Working with my dad is something I'm pretty familiar with now. It's very casual always, so it's super easy to work with family. And for the most part, it's a good time. Sometimes you get in little arguments, but at the end of the day, it's always fun. This recipe is definitely something good for, I kind of represent the home cook, I feel like, because you guys are the chefs, but for someone who's just making it at home, I feel like this is a great recipe. Sort of, you feel like a proper chef after, but it's still easy.
You got a good point, you know, like sometimes people are so worried about, you know, I'm not a good cook. But actually, you know, by the time you have a recipe, it's so simple. After you made it, and you say, oh my God, I couldn't believe I made this. You know, the word is good food, right?
There you go. All right, they're fully cooked now, and now we have to kind of finish the mash.
Okay, you know what? I am going to put butter.
Butter you measure with your heart, right?
Yeah. Wow. Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Mash it. A little bit. Like pepper.
We don't need it to be perfect puree, but we want it to be smooth, right? So
Texture.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of texture. I think, you know, I would add just a little bit of water.
Yeah. Helps to loosen it up,
Yeah.
right?
This is perfect for me.
All right, so in order to know if this is ready, we're gonna taste it, right? To make sure we seasoned it properly.
Cheers. I always like to hear his reaction first. He could be like, it's not very good.
It goes either way, you're never sure.
I think it's perfect, honestly.
Step 2, mise en place. First, we have some dates, so we're gonna chop those up. They have pits, so yeah, we can pit them and chop them. You wanna do the lime zest and
Sure.
juice, and I'll do the dates?
I have so much memory about this recipe.
Oh yeah, tell us about how you got
ask
this.
me.
How did you, what was your inspiration for this amazing Moroccan lamb recipe?
You know, I was in Paris. I was in this club called the Vendouche. Came out at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow.
And of course, I need something to eat. So I came out this sandwich place.
Okay.
And this man, Mary gas, Mary gas. I said, what the hell is Mary gas? So I realized it's lamb sausage.
Right.
And then, of course, I ordered this sandwich with roasted peppers. And also, I think you put some goat cheese in it.
Oh,
too.
wow. That sounds
And
like
harissa.
Yes.
And then you put together my first bite. It's stuck in my mind. I say, where does it come from? Oh, monsieur, this is Moroccan. Okay. So this recipe really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Well, after, 4 o'clock in the morning, everything tastes good, right?
Also true.
I got some lime juice, and
Yeah.
you pit the...
I chopped and pitted the dates.
Perfect.
And then we have the pistachios we could chop, and we have some herbs, but also we're gonna chop some garlic. I'm chopping the herbs now, and I picked the mint off the stems because you don't really want to eat the mint stems, but the cilantro and the parsley, we're gonna use all of it. So we're just gonna chop it all up.
Yeah. Since we have a grater, I think this is good to actually, you don't need to chop the garlic, just grate it. You know? I'm just going to grate it on the side of the
Yeah, that
box
makes it
and
much
on the
easier.
side.
My relationship to food is definitely centered around family. We always would have a dinner every Sunday, my whole family. And it's probably the most important thing whenever I travel. All I'm thinking about is food. So it's a huge important part of my life, thanks to my dad.
Well, I think
What are we doing next,
I think
Chef?
we're finished with our mise en place.
Oh, you chop it. Can I do a little bit more?
Yeah, you want to chop it? Go for it.
I get a little bit nervous. Don't be shy to just kind of holding
Mince
your
it.
knife and just mince it a little
Yeah.
bit more. And also because when it's fine, you can actually stuck on the lamb.
Yeah,
So
otherwise
they
it
don't
will
fall
fall
off.
off. Okay,
Correct.
fair enough. Awesome. Step 3, marinate the lamb. So now that we've done our mise en place, we're gonna get the lamb ready to be cooked. But first, we're gonna tell us a little bit about the marinade that you...
Well, the herbs that you chop, I think is just a perfect amount, and also grated garlic. Very simple. You have black pepper and also some salt, olive oil, and then you put everything together.
Yeah.
Black pepper, and then I'm going to get some salt in. This marinade, it is so great. Not only you can just use it for lamb, you can use it for chicken too. This is the perfect thickness too.
Oh, great.
For lamb.
Glad we did well today.
Yes.
So while we do that, Jet, tell us how you got your dad on TikTok.
So how we got started was during the pandemic when everything was closed. We had a lot more time together.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm gonna order some fast food and I wanna see if you can turn it into something even though it's already a finished product. And people really took to it immediately. Yeah, I think what people enjoy most about our videos is not only is my dad a chef, obviously an expert chef, but also a father-son relationship, which a lot of people can relate to, just joking around with their dad and spending time, but also learning about food.
Do people stop you all the time and recognize you from TikTok?
Oh yeah, I have kids, I run into my kitchen
my
as
God.
young as like that, 12,
Oh, wow.
10. And then they would come and hug me and say, I love you. And then the mom said, hey, you don't even say that to me.
Step 4, cook the lamb.
I would put a little bit of olive oil or,
Generous drizzle.
yeah. So I put the skin down a little bit, searing, just line it up like soldiers.
Oh yeah, the fat side is gonna
Yeah,
render.
just-
Yeah.
Right. You
Awesome.
need that really nice kind of gamey, which I love about lamb, the game.
That
When
is
we're
so
actually
good.
in the kitchen and filming, not really the work is mostly the editing part and coming up with the concepts, but the work for him is when we're shooting, obviously, but the work for me is after. You want to talk a bit about your growing up, your cooking experience in Hong Kong?
Well, I grew up with, with 6 family members. I was the youngest.
Oh wow.
And my mom used to, give me a little change to go to school for breakfast. And I always save it for lunch.
Oh, wow.
You know why?
'Cause
On
lunch
the
was
way
better.
home, yes. All the little snacks on
Yeah,
the street.
yeah.
I always love coming home. And then my mom said, how come you're not eating lunch? I said, how can it possible, right?
Yeah.
So I think the love for food when I was back in the days when I was beginning very young, love to taste everything. I was a chubby kid, actually,
I understand. So was I.
right?
Yeah.
Love tasting things. I think that's the beginning of my journey. So I'm just going to flip this.
Yeah.
Son, can you flip this? Just cook it. Yeah, just keep it like that, flat.
How was it like growing up in a house with a chef as a dad?
Growing up, he was so busy with the restaurants, honestly, that my mom would do most of the cooking.
Okay.
My mom's also a really good cook.
Okay, good.
But now, as he's gotten older, the restaurants run more smoothly and everything. We eat a lot together. He makes lunch probably every weekend.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, definitely blessed to
Yeah, that's very lucky.
have a personal chef. I think my dad's expertise is sometimes complicated for short form content, but I try to just at least add some humor in there to make it approachable for someone who doesn't know too much about food. Because at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So not everything he does on camera, people will do. So I understand that part. So I just really want it to translate well for the audience.
So now we're going to slow it into medium heat.
Yeah.
Just kind of like slowly I can just imagine the heat is like slowly cooking.
Yeah, penetrating the meat, right?
Yeah, you can also swim around a little bit, move
Yeah.
the pound. No, I really love, when lamb, when the fat comes through, with garlic,
Yeah.
I think it's the best marriage.
Yeah.
It's the best marriage.
Okay, now that the lamb is cooked, we're gonna take it out of the pan so we don't overcook it. And before we get to serve it. So
Good.
show us your skills.
Okay, my tip would be take the lamb out at least like 15 minutes before. Keep it room temperature, so the searing time would be just perfect.
Step 5, make the date compote. So we're gonna do the topping for the lamb now. So it starts with dates and some toasted pistachios that we've already toasted. So tell us a little bit about the inspiration for this.
So what we have here, I like the little sweetness, from the dates.
Yes.
And I love the sourness, the citrus.
Yes, the acidity
from
from
the
the-
lime.
yeah.
Texture from the nuttiness.
Yes.
But not a strong nut, a very kind of mild nuttiness.
Yeah, and fatty, like good, like
Very rich.
Rich,
tasting.
yes.
Chopped herbs, herbaceous. So harissa, has been fermented and also has been a little bit aged. That's
Yes.
what I love about harissa.
Yeah. So we're gonna start. Should we start with the dates?
Yeah. So you put the dates in.
They're nice and sticky.
Yeah.
So
Finding dates, making sure they're nice and moist.
yeah,
Sometimes when they're too dry, I'm not so crazy about it because you need the moisture.
yeah.
So I put some harissa, lime juice,
Mix it up.
fresh herbs.
And some of the nuts that have already been toasted with those flavors to come out.
So son, can you mix it up?
And you get the balance. We have the dates, which are really sweet. They almost could taste like caramel when they're cooked. But with the mix of the harissa, you're gonna offset it, right? It's gonna be good for the lamb too.
Yeah. 2 more times. 1 more time. That's it. Yes. So this is so great. You could keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
If you don't want to use in your lamb dish, you can keep it. You
Spread
can
it
use
on the sandwich. Ooh, that'd be great.
Sandwich is amazing.
Yeah.
With
that
like
lamb sandwich you were telling me about,
It makes sense now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and now we're gonna get ready for the final step, which is just assembling, plating your dish so we can enjoy it. Step 6, plate your dish. So now we've done all the cooking. Now we just gotta assemble it.
Yeah, I want to show you some kind of like a restaurant
Yes.
style.
Inspire the chefs at home.
There are many ways, but simple too.
Yes.
So I got some olive oil, saran wrap. What I want to do is using, the smashed turnip and potato. So I want to make a shape. So at home, you can use a little saran wrap.
That's out of your way. Yeah.
You get your mash right in the middle. So I'm bundling like a little dumpling. It's very easy,
wow.
Like
That's a dim sum technique.
that's a dim sum technique, like a xiaolong bao.
Yeah.
It does look like
wow.
a little
Now we
xiaolong
have to
bao.
go eat some
Like a char siu bao, which is one of your favorites. Right in the center, you flip it over. You don't do too much. Just make a little touches. Everything sometimes it's just a little.
Get the lettuce all around.
Pile it up exactly. One more. Chef, can you do a little quenelle?
Oh,
Is that how to
yes.
say in French?
It's been a while.
Right here. Sit.
This way?
Yeah, there you go.
Does that work?
Yeah, perfect. Now I have some chopped pistachio.
Yes. You can be inspired by this plating.
I think
I think
what?
it's great. From the master himself, we gotta.
Yeah, follow me. This is what I do. Then there's a little bit of a sort of like presentation, right?
Yes.
Now I have some fresh mint. Can you pass me some, some parsley, some coriander? So you notice this dish is so herbaceous, which I love. Every
Yes.
bite you can taste a different element, and this is what I call my inspiration of the Moroccan T-bone rack of lamb.
Are we ready to eat?
Let's go.
Thanks. Let's eat.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Harissa with arugula is just so perfect.
That's great.
If you're a vegetarian, can be a vegetarian dish too.
Without the...
If you want to try my dad's recipe, make sure you go to makegoodfood.ca and check them out.